Christmas was supposed to be a quiet one that year. Just my parents, my sister and me, all bundled up at our little cabin just outside of town. The plan was simple: hot chocolate, old movies, and just enjoying the peace and quiet away from all the holiday rush. It was perfect. On Christmas morning, I remember waking up to the smell of pancakes and coffee. Everything felt so normal, so cozy. But then, my dad, who was standing by the big window in the living room, just froze. He didn't say a word, just pointed outside. We all rushed over to see what it was. And there, standing right in the middle of our empty backyard, was a snowman. It was a classic snowman. 3 big snowballs stacked up, with stick arms and little rocks for eyes and a mouth. The strange thing was, none of us had built it. It hadn't snowed in 2 days, so there were no fresh tracks leading to or from it, except for a few little bird prints. We were all a bit confused. My mom suggested maybe some neighborhood kids had cut through our yard and decided to build it as a prank. My dad thought maybe a neighbor did it as a friendly gesture. We kind of just shrugged it off, even though it felt a little odd. We spent the rest of the day opening presents, laughing, and trying not to think about the silent, smiling snowman watching us from the yard. That night, after dinner, we were all gathered around the fireplace, telling stories. Suddenly, there was a knock at the door. A slow, deliberate knock. We all went quiet. My dad got up to answer it. Standing on our porch was a man. He was tall, thin, and had this smile that was just too wide. It didn't reach his eyes. He asked if he could come in, said he was all alone for Christmas and was just looking for some company. There was something about him that made all the hairs on my arm stand up. My dad, sensing the same thing, politely but firmly said, "No, sorry, it was just family time." The man's smile didn't fade. He just stood there, staring at the house for what felt like an eternity. Then, he slowly turned and walked away, disappearing into the darkness. We locked the door and made sure all the windows were secure. The rest of the night was tense. The next morning, Boxing Day, we were getting ready to head back into town. My dad opened the front door and stopped. Taped to the door was a small, folded piece of paper. He carefully took it down and opened it. It was a note, written in messy handwriting. It said, "I just wanted to say thank you for the snowman." We all looked at each other, a cold dread washing over us. Then we looked out at the backyard. The snowman was still there. That's when it hit us. Someone had been there, in our yard, building that snowman, watching us the whole time. We never went back to that cabin for Christmas again. Thanks for listening, and if you liked this story, make sure to follow for more.